Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Dragonflight 10.0.7 PTR development notes. Now there's a lot of new changes going on, and I think the main thing that they're focusing on right now for this patch, so far at least what's written, is there's a lot of changes to Resto Druid and there's a lot of changes to Resto Shaman. Obviously we have some Unholy DK changes here, and um, it says Runic Mastery. Runic Mastery now also increases Runic Corruption's rune regeneration rate by an additional 20%. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be seeing a little bit of DK buffs there. Epidemic was swapped with Unholy Blight. Now I think this is kind of important because um, when it comes to, I believe Epidemic is the button that stands healers up when they're drinking. So this being swapped around might be important, it might not be. Definitely, we're gonna have to see where that is in the talent tree. So going down the list here, we see Protector of the Pack being increased. This is very important. It allows for specifically Resto Druid to contribute damage because they have a hard time contributing damage. So this is nice to see. We got a buff there. Tranquil Mind, Omen of Clarity's chance to activate clear casting by 5%, and it can stack an additional time. Okay, so that's not important. I believe from our Druid POV. Deep Focus, Moonfire, Rake, and Rip are active on a single target. Their effects are increased by 40%. Now this is interesting because I wonder if the single rejuvenation build is now going to be going to be useful because now when you, well, actually no, because it's a single target, right? So when, yeah, so this talent is not necessarily that great for healing purposes, but maybe for damage purposes it might be. Embrace of the Dream now also triggers with regrowth. Okay, that's not useful. Regenerative Heartwood is useful, so this is nice to see. Interesting. Ironbark's going to be a little bit stronger. Natural Wisdom is now a baseline effect for Resto Druids, so buffing innervates on other players is now baseline, but that's not very useful for us. Wild Growth, always not useful for PvP, mostly, I mean, outside of our RBGs, of course. Cultivation has been moved to improve Wild Growth's previous location. So if cultivation's over here, it's going to be interesting to see how the build goes out. I believe what it says here is Nourish is getting moved here. We might not be able to get cultivation anymore, which I think is a kind of a nerf, right? Because cultivation's like basically gives us between 12 and 16% more healing based on our mastery, of course, right? So, but Nourish is now being put into a spot where it builds into the tree, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So they put this below Nourish, right? Embrace of the Dream and Budding Leaves have swapped locations. I'm very concerned about this. Where's it? Embrace of the Dream, and so Embrace of the Dream is here, which is really bad because this is a main PvP talent, and we don't use Wild Growth in PvP. I'm really concerned about that. And then also Germination is swap with Power of the Archdruid, which is right here. I'm really concerned where the direction of Resto Druid is going to go because it feels like we're going to be forced to play Wild Growth, and I'm not a fan of that. However, Invigorate's being moved here, so I think Invigorate's going to be part of the Druid build now. So that's going to be interesting. I feel like the whole meta for our Druid is going to change now. And then Circle of Life and Death is not a choice no with Deep Focus. So you get to choose between either one. Evoker, small stamina buff here. Renewing Blaze restores more quickly, causing damage you take to be healed back over 4 seconds. Okay, this is a really nice buff for Evoker for dealing with damage taken while they're being trained. I think this is a cool, good change. Ancient Flame has been redesigned. Casting Ammo Blossom of Verdant Embrace reduces the cast time of your next living flame by 40%. Okay. So Fast Living Flames is going to be interesting. Ancient Flame has been removed, so Roar of Exhilaration is gone. For DPS Evoker, Verdant Embrace healing is increased by 30%. I'm not sure how much this heals for the DPS Evoker, because I don't really see DPS Evokers heal that much, so maybe this is a good change. It's probably a good change, because, like I said, for me, it's never been a thought in my mind for that to happen. Thunder Focus Tea now causes Enveloping Mist to become instant cast in addition to its current effect. So I believe this is a big change for Mistweaver. I feel like a lot of Mistweavers are very happy about this. Let's see. I don't think we're really concerned about um, the small changes to Prop Alley, especially because we don't really see Prop Alleys right now in the meta. Rep Alley, massive rework. Obviously, there's nothing here yet, but looking forward to seeing what is going on with Rep Pally because this spec has needed a massive rework for a long time. Fix an issue causing expiation to deal more damage than intended. and ignore damage reduction effects. Okay, this is definitely interesting. Did not know that this was happening. I guess this makes sense, yeah. Let's see here. Shaman. We got a lot of shaman stuff to cover here. So these are kind of useless. Astral Shift duration increased to 12 seconds, so it's baseline 12 now. Planes Traveler no longer increases the duration of Astral Shift. Astral Bulwark now reduces damage by additional 20%, so it's 5%. I think they're moving some Lightning Bolt stuff around. Looks like they are. They're just making more stuff baseline and just getting rid of like the passive increased damage talents. Thunderstorm got moved up by one spot, so that's interesting. Yeah, see, they remove improved lightning bolt and then increase lightning bolt's damage. So they're just trading. They're like removing talents and just giving the talents there for free. Go with the flow. Not very useful for us. Thunderous pause every 20 seconds. That's interesting. I don't think. I'm not sure if it's still going to be worth taking. Poison Cleansing Totem now removing all poison effects. So this is going to be interesting for burst healing when it comes to dealing with Assassination Rogue. Dropping that and then healing, so I feel like that's going to be important. Let's just take a look at some of these talents here, so we have more of a reference. Enfeeblement. So when the hex ends, the target is slowed by 70%. So now you can slow the target during the hex. Not too big of a deal, to be honest. So Ancestral Wolf Infinity has moved to the class tree and removed from all specialization trees. Ancestral Wolf Affinity. So you can use Cleanse Spirit, Wind Shear, Purge, and Totem Cast. No longer cancel Ghost Wolf. Honestly, I feel like that could be that's actually more useful than you think. It doesn't seem like it's good on paper, but being in wolf form and like dropping your Earthen and dropping your Tide while having the damage reduction could be useful. It's kind of GCD heavy for Rest of Shaman anyway. So Swirling Currents has been changed, and this increases the healing done by Healing Stream Totem by 20%, so it no longer increases the healing done of Riptide or Healing Surge. It increases the healing done of Healing Stream. Kind of worried about that one, because I feel like Swirling Currents was like the main throughput of Resto Shaman. Healing Stream Totem has been swapped positions with Spirit Walker's Grace. Okay, so Spirit Walker's Grace is here, Healing Stream here. So we get Healing Stream way earlier. I think they partly did that for the healing of Enhancement and Ellie, because that doesn't make sense for Resto, right? So moving it moving it down in the tree only helps the DPS trees, because obviously like Resto wants to go all the way down, right? So Swirling Currents has been swapped with positions of Graceful Spirit. So now Aura Mastery is basically the late talent. Ancestral Guidance has been swapped with Nature's Swiftness in the talent tree. Okay, so Nature's Swiftness is the last, not Guidance. Nature's Guardian has been swapped with Totemic Surge. So this is just a horizontal movement. I can see why they did this, because Nature's Guardian is more of a resto thing, and Totemic Surge is more of a general thing. So understandable. Earth Shield has been swapped with Earth Elemental. I don't think that's too big of a deal. It does block elemental shields, kinda. Like if you don't want to take Earth Elemental. Wait, Elemental Orbit has been moved. Elemental Orbit has been moved under the Earth Shield talent tree. Or under Earth Shield. Okay, so they're just shoving this stuff over. Okay, yeah, I guess it doesn't change much then. So Lightning Bolt has been increased by 35%, but I believe that's because they're removing Call of Thunder. Yeah, okay, they're removing Call of Thunder, which is right here. Makes sense. Water Shield has been removed from the talent tree, is now learned at level 12. No more Water Shield. That means, is Resurgence still a talent tree? Okay, so Resurgence is now 1 point here, and Water Shield is not 2 points. So Shaman gained a free talent. Current Control. So these are very interesting, right? Reduces the cooldown of Healing Tide Totem by 30 seconds. So this is a big deal, obviously, and then Tide Turner, even a bigger deal. The lowest health target of Healing Tide Totem is healed for 30% more, and receives 15% more healing from you for 4 seconds. That's really good for Rest of Shaman. Mana Tide Totem. Let's see. Increases duration of Mana Tide Totem and the radius. The radius is important because Mana Tide has small radius right now. Spearwalker's Tidal Totem. After using Mana Tide Totem, the cast time of Healing Wave and Chain Heal is reduced, and the mana cost is reduced. I'm not sure how impactful that's going to be. it's obviously a problem. It's obviously going to be impactful for PvE, but not so PvP right now. Flow of the Tides now grants an additional bounce of Chain Heal. Okay, that's not important for us right now. Unleash Life now converts 40% of Wellspring Overhealing. That's not important. Ever Rising Tide has been removed. We can live without it. Downpour has been moved to Ever Rising Tide's position in the talent tree. Yeah, so we don't use any of these talents in PvP. Nature's Focus has been removed. Nature's Focus. All right, more chain heal stuff. It's not removing all these chain heal stuff. So they're moving the PvP talent Tidebringer to Nature's Focus position as a 2-point talent. Interesting. So these changes only matter if they're gonna make us go a chain heal direction, which I don't think they are right now. A connection added to Tidebringer and Primal Tide. Okay, so that's fine. None of this is too insane. The only thing that's really insane is the Healing Tide changes so far. All this other stuff is PvE changes. So Tranquility now does, it looks like it does 20% more healing in arena combat because they nerfed the PvP talent. Right? So 20% buff to Trank, that's really good. Mistweaver buff, that's always good because Mistweaver's underperforming. Healing Tide got a 25% buff overall, based on the early Healing Tide talent, early Healing Tide changes, and then this as well. So I feel like Healing Tide's gonna have the same cooldown, but they just buffed it a little bit better. I feel like it was I feel like the main changes were Resto Shaman and Resto Druid so far. So I guess we'll see what happens next. I'm sure they're gonna add to the list. So, all right, there you have it.